So we'll start with settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning, but we also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position. Then we begin to let go of attending to the environment, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation. Concentrating our awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air moving into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting our awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then we generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time, intentionally widening our circle of concern, trying to embrace countless sentient beings, thinking of engaging in this meditation on their behalf, contemplating their kindness, developing the wish to repay their kindness, and recognizing that engaging in a process of genuine inner transformation, becoming more and more familiar with states of mind that naturally and spontaneously give rise to actions that are beneficial for others, and reducing and ultimately eliminating the influence of states of mind that often give rise to actions that are harmful for others is the best way that we can be of benefit to sentient beings. And then with that motivation, we will contemplate one of those not so positive influences, the energy of the mind of attachment. And try to focus the mind on antidotes that reduce the influence of that state of mind. So we begin to question the ways in which this mind is deceptive. The energy of attachment is a mind that apprehends things outside of ourselves that seem to be pleasant, seem to have attractive aspects. And these objects, when we possess them, do often give rise to momentary pleasant feelings. And so the energy of attachment drives us to feel as though we must always be in possession of these objects that seem pleasant, that have attractive qualities. So again and again, day after day, We spend time and energy and effort running after these objects, feeling frustrated, disappointed, upset when the mind of attachment isn't able to meet its object, or when the mind is separated too soon. So pause here and try to recognize how the energy of attachment is operating in your own life. What categories of object serve as typical objects of attachment for you? When we think about this process of craving, attachment, is it true that these objects are entirely positive? Or is it true that they have some positive qualities and some negative qualities? Are we drawn just to certain aspects and selectively ignore other aspects? When we think back to these objects of attachment for us, are they truly satisfying? When we notice the arising of attachment, can we observe that it disturbs and agitates the mind, and that it impels cycles of actions that keep us stuck in a pattern of suffering, thinking that happiness is only the possession of these pleasant objects, and that suffering is necessarily being separated from these pleasant objects. This way of thinking is responsible for so much of our own unhappiness. These objects of attachment never have the power to actually confer happiness. These momentary sensory experiences can never be truly satisfying. And try to recognize the impact of following the mind of attachment again and again, and setting oneself up to actually be unhappy. Try to see how, in order to be truly happy, this is a way of relating that we can just discard. We no longer need to exaggerate the qualities of external objects and feel as though our happiness is limited to these moments of temporary sensory enjoyment. We can focus our time, our attention, our effort into cultivating the real sources of happiness and contentment, deeply understanding the nature of our mind, and developing all of our own virtuous, positive qualities, and abandoning completely this exaggerated craving and attachment, having a balanced, realistic way of relating, thinking of the equanimity, peace of mind that would bring, to try to cultivate that view of casting aside what we know doesn't work, being resolved, determined to uncover a deeper, true happiness and make its pursuit the purpose of our lives. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So we recollect our altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, we've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in the mind. We think that we freely offer the fruit of our practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking when that positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment in order to work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.